it's look. I mean, the whole thing about they need an external enemy, and that's become Russia. You're there in Croatia. When Czechoslovakia broke up, it was Czech Republic, Slovakia. Same thing in Yugoslavia. All right, that was the same. The Minsk agreement was the way to prevent war. Let the Donbass, which are mostly Russians. Crimea probably has about 15% that are Tartars. They're not even Ukrainian. And they should, that was the Minsk agreement. They should have been allowed to vote and separate like Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. And failing to do that only brings about war. That's it. And this nonsense that, if Ukraine falls, it'll take Europe. You have the same propaganda when you were dealing with Khrushchev, and we will bury you in that. That was a philosophical difference. That communism was better than capitalism. All right, Russia's no longer communist. I mean, the people don't want to go back to communism. I know a lot of people throughout Eastern Europe, they don't want to go back. There's the same incentive to invade Europe does not exist. But politicians, when they're in trouble, they always have to get an external enemy. When Biden, put the sanctions on Russia and gasoline prices went up, he came out and said, "Oh, it's Putin's inflation." What did Putin do? You're the one that put in the sanctions. They always have to blame somebody else. And that's what Europe is doing right now. And then, we have to rearm and all this stuff. It's a distraction. Because economically, the EU is failing. Everything that they've done from climate change, COVID, sanctions, it has reduced the economic activity of Europe. You can look online and just compare two charts of the quarterly GDP of the EU to the United States. You're lucky if it's maybe 10-15% of the United States. It's being really suppressed by Brussels. And this is a problem whenever you get a centralized government. They tend to think that they have the power to do whatever they want. And you can't change people's cultures. That's the problem. All right. And you see that with Zelensky. All right. He's outlawed the Russian language, outlawed the religion. I mean, I think in Canada, if you said you can't speak French, they're going to have a civil war. United States can't say you can't speak Spanish. There are certain things you just cannot do. And religion is another one which it's not negotiable. You can say, okay, I'll give you this piece of land and I'll take that. That's one thing. But when you get into religion and language and things, you can't, that's not negotiable.
Well, I completely understand and agree with you. You think that Europe in economic crisis, and that's why they're pushing so hard that there is a big threat from Putin.
Oh, yeah. Their choice is, if the economy fails, people are going to go with their pitchforks and start storming the parliaments. So to prevent that, you need to say, it's not me, it's somebody else. I mean, that's what Biden did. It's Putin's inflation. Throughout history, it's always the same. It's no matter what country you look at, the politician will always blame the outside.